aware of it, because I said we're both going live.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And if he's aware, this is a perfect time for him.
Right.
To come in for a little bit, talk the beautiful reasons why, because he's the one who knows the bigger picture.
Right.
All right,
Exactly.
let me get the link.
What?
I'm gonna get the link and make it a web talk live now.
Oh, I'm doing it right now.
Okay, yeah, I got it.
I will. Let's see. Yeah, I don't have a ton of time. I'm gotta get to bed so I can get up and do this meeting. We've got to, I mean, here's the thing with that meeting is basically what they told us, what Claudia told us is that if we get this deal and lock it in, we basically, and I don't know how this is going to work like commissions wise, but she said if we can get England, anybody else that goes through England has to go through us.
Oh.
So I don't know if that means that they have to go through us so that we can help them, or if that means that it's just going to be pushed to us and we're going to get some sort of commission out of it.
Right.
So I don't know how that's going to work, but what we'll do, because obviously Michael and I are working together, and he's going to be, he's the one that we're going to put his number down for this, because that's just the way we're doing it. What would be crazy is if everything else went through, like let's say a different person, but through us, that means that we would still be getting 20 and 10% off of that. So I don't know exactly what they're saying, but they're basically saying if we can get this guy to start buying the new tests, then we basically have exclusivity of the country. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to get a deal, and then I'm going to worry about what she's really saying. Because once we get the deal and then we know what she's really saying, like it does work like that, then that means that we need to work really hard at getting every single country involved, because then everything else goes through us.
Okay.
So I don't know. I mean, that's what it sounds like to me.
So this is your time, 3:30 in the morning.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Because we were supposed to do it Tuesday morning, and there was a time mess up or something, and he wrote back and said that he was really, really sorry. Okay, I posted. Said that he was really, really sorry, and there was a mistake, and he feels really badly. And so I told Michael that just gives us a bigger in, like he's going to actually listen to us. So, so I had already messaged RJ. He messaged me back, and it says it is based on ad impressions derived from account activity, which includes page views and post views. Okay. Additionally, there will be point multipliers based on the ad viewer's location, device, page, post, content, etc. There will be no way to accurately predict point awards after the upgrade, as this is intentional to prevent bots. Cool. Every member will simply receive their rewards for the ad revenue generated from their own page views and post views, the views of the posts, the make and matching commissions on the rewards earned by referrals. So that still doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me. But I mean, it makes sense to me in that when people are viewing your page, viewing your posts, that's what they're recording. They're not recording like a comment as a point, because people are making the bots do that.
Can you read that again? His response, the whole thing?
Yeah.
RJ then
Here,
responding to you.
I'm going to share screen just for you. We won't go live. Oh, we are live. Never mind. Whoops.
Oh, we're on air, man. We're getting ready for Onyx News. We're on air.
I got a message back from them. Telling you, I'm just
Dog, you haven't seen anything yet.
Just saying. Just saying
right.
that. Anyway, okay, so I guess I'll just yeah, whatever. All right, so this is kind of the explanation. It is based on ad impressions derived from account activity, which includes page views and post views. So when people view your page and people view your posts, that develop. Levi, get upstairs now. Now. Sorry. Yeah, we really are live. Additionally, there will be point multipliers based on the ad viewer's location, device, page / post content. So I would say that that means no matter what device, no matter what place. Is that what that's saying? Oh, no. I know what that means. No, what that means is the value will be different depending on where they see it from. Isn't that what you just said earlier? What it used
The
to be?
location of the region of the world.
That makes sense. Yep. So the point multiplier is based on the ad viewer's location, device, page, post, comment. Okay, that makes sense. So if you have a post from the United States and someone from the United States sees it, it's going to be a different value than if someone in Australia sees it. Those different, that's cool. Okay, that makes sense. There will be no way to accurately predict point awards at the upgrade, as this is intentional to prevent bots. Perfect. Every member will simply receive their rewards for the ad revenue generated from their own page views and post views. The views of the posts they make and the matching commissions on the rewards earned by referrals. So same thing as it was, I feel like, way before it was point. It's literally gone back.
Yeah, this is the original.
Yeah, that makes sense. Okay. So yeah, that doesn't really seem much different than what we're used to. So makes sense to me. That now makes sense. I thought we were hold on. Let's see. Bahri, if you're listening, just write it in the messenger. I'm not going to look at YouTube. Well, maybe I can. Let me see. I don't. Let's see. What do you say? Yeah, I don't see anything on YouTube Live, Bahri. Okay. So, all right. So that's actually very simple. That goes back to what it was. Now that I've read that makes it much easier to understand.
Okay, so excuse me 1 second. Burry is in YouTube. Good morning. It's like YouTube video views. Saying like YouTube video views.
Okay.
So he'll have to express that at some point.
Yeah, it makes sense though, because when you have viewership, it's not like people are clicking on ads, but they are viewing and you're driving traffic to ads that people can see. Now, if they do click on them, then that generates more revenue. And if they purchased from something or if they downloaded something or whatever, then that would probably generate a little bit more, revenue as well. So hopefully, I mean, if I know he listens a lot. I mean, if RJ is listening, I think that's what he's trying to say. I think what he's trying to say is very simply, it's going back to the idea of your views on your page, the views on your posts will be there are ads that are just in the news feed. So by traffic coming to your news feed, those particular ads generate a little bit of revenue. Then if they click on them to like look at them, that generates a different kind of revenue. And then if they actually go in and do something with it, that would probably generate even more, a different kind of revenue. And the revenue would be based on the country would be it would be based, yeah, it would be based on the country and how much the ad revenues are part of that. Bahri, I know you're listening. You pop on and say what you think, but I think that's where we're at.
Yeah, hello everyone. I'm happy to join. First of all, um, very much time that uh, you know, I lost, and I didn't join you guys, and I'm happy to be back. That's number one. Number two, I was listening from the start. I was listening to you guys, and I've read the post of RJ. Well, not thoroughly, but at the at the level that I can add something, which is the same as you were saying, not the first one, the second, which is the views and the ads. It's the same as YouTube. If you see how YouTube is getting revenue, it's the same. It's the views in how how many hours of views and how many people are there every time, which is the subscribers. And the same goes for web talk. Um, web talk in the future is going to get the revenue according to how many people visited your page, how many people have seen your profile, and how many people and how much time spent on your posts. It means if you put a picture there, so how many people are there looking at that picture? And I know, first of all, it was like how many people is clicking on the picture and interacting and engaging to your picture. But now I think that many people, and the problem with the bots appeared. And what is a bot? The bot is like a program that is generating like posts, not in a natural way. It's going, for example, they make a program that goes to let's say Google, for example, and brings pictures or videos or whatever it is. It bring it from Google into web talk, and me as a web talker or as a content creator, I do not even know what am I posting. The bot is doing that for me. And that's the problem that is occurring. Many people are sharing pictures and etc. just to make some revenue by by generating posts. And I think that many like bots, they could even like make a comment and repost that comment on
Mhm.
on many pages, and that's the problem that's occurring. It's unnatural, and you know that's the problem that RJ is trying to oppose, uh, and that's why he thinks that when going from page to page and spending some time on those pages, that's what's important, and that's what says that this person is really on web talk doing something and engaging. And that's just a first reading from my first reading. I don't know if it's 100% true, and I don't know if that is just my reading. So
Mhm.
maybe there are some things that I've missed, and maybe that's more like the picture that I'm looking at is a small picture. Maybe there's more to it.
No,
And
hold on for 1 second, Bahri. I'm sorry to interrupt you. The two people that are in the waiting room, I know either you're listening to this or whatever. Gabriel, use I'm trying to find you. I don't see your name, so please use your web talk name. And Jerry, I'm trying to look you up right now too. Go ahead, Osama. Sorry about that.
yeah, no worries. Okay, so that's number one. Number two, which is the places that, as you said, which places are, or where are you connecting from, or where did you like joined web talk from? Because uh, uh, when clicking on an ad in the United States, it doesn't like um, make revenue as when you click on it on in Algeria, because in Algeria, for example, the ad revenue, or maybe it's less, because the click on the ad does not like, it doesn't generate as much as in Europe or in the United States.
Right,
I think you
right,
understand this.
right. And here's the thing: uh, Erdy says, as I understood, his order to make people from different countries equal $100 for people in the U.S. is very small, but enough to live for people in Asia, isn't it? You're kind of on the right track, Erdy. What this is saying is, it's I don't think it's about being fair to the $100. I think what it is being fair to people who actually have real content, that people are actually going to their site, and real people are working, as compared to bots just being set up to make people who aren't doing anything other than posting a picture of some kid on the street and 100 people say nice. See, we talked about this. We've said it numerous times. Go watch the videos. We've showed it numerous times. This is not natural to have a hashtag that is for today. That is not what hashtags are for. Hashtags are for major things, or like catchwords, or things that you're interested, so that people can come and interact with that. This was what people are doing, is they're creating a way, whether it's bots or actual people that are taking the time to do it, it doesn't really matter. What they're doing is saying, I'm going to make a post, and then you're going to go in and I'm going to hashtag it. So in the morning when you wake up in whatever country you are, you're going to click on my first hashtag, and it's going to go to my 5 posts. Then I'm going to go click, 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 and say nice, 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 and I move on to the next person. Whether that's a bot or a person, it's unnatural. It's not right. So what happens is, what Erdy's thinking is like, how do we get to 100? Well, that part doesn't really matter. If you have good content, the whole world is commenting on it. And I'm not gonna say that just because what we're doing right now is wonderful, amazing content. It's people see the live because we posted, and Spotlight posted. People see the live and they want to ask questions, or they want to comment on it. The comments on here are real comments. I don't think anybody's on here saying nice. They're saying, hey, we're actually going to ask questions, real questions, and get things straight about the new update. How many people are doing that right now? Well, everybody that's commented on this, and people that have been trying to get into this Zoom, if they're real people and they're not trying to mess things up, what you guys should be doing, and we've said it 100 times, click or copy the link, the YouTube link, off of the post, and post it on your newsfeed. Is that being a bot? Is that being unnatural? No, that is copying something that you consider interesting, you consider valuable, you put it on yours, and now people are going to watch this and get real information, and they're going to talk about it on your newsfeed. That's the interaction that is needed. And it doesn't matter if that interaction happens in Australia, United States, or Pakistan. The value is going to be different for all of those, but nobody's going to be able to quantify value by nice, 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 next post, nice, 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 nice. And I think that that's what we've been talking about. If we've been saying over and over again, we see what you're doing. The idea is commendable. Let's get a group of people. Let's form a group. Let's start generating revenue amongst our group. Hey, you're generating revenue. That's great. But it's unnatural and it's not correct. And clearly, people are using bots to do this instead of people. Because we were saying, hey, if you're teaching people to do this and they're people doing this, then you're leading people down the wrong path. But now it seems like from what RJ's posting is that those nice, nice, nices are more like bots saying nice, nice, nice. So I think that's the difference. And it doesn't really affect me or Tim or anybody who's been like let's see, I'm sure Scott Gerard is thinking the same thing. Oh, this is just going back to where we started, where views and views on your posts, and if people happen to click in your newsfeed on the ad rewards, it's going to generate a little bit of revenue. So this isn't really a big deal, I don't think. It is the process. I think what they did is they probably tested the whole point system and realized that it's very easy for for people to kind of try to manipulate the system. Tim, I mean, if you want to jump in and agree or disagree, that's fine. Or Osama, I think that's kind of where we're at. Is it was a testing of the system, and clearly the system was a little bit easier to kind of abuse with the points. So having it turn back into kind of views, post views, page views, stuff like that, I think that's fine. I don't think it's a big deal.
Actually, we've seen that for more than a year, RJ was explaining the point system, and well, we had it from day one, but because
Mhm.
it was there and it was explained in many and many posts, and live videos, and webinars, etc. And now this is, you know uh, it's the post number one of the new update, the new like system. So
Mhm.
we cannot
Mhm.
get 100% of what's in his head,
Mhm.
because simply we do not know all the problems that he had with the
Mhm.
bots, with the hackers, with people that trying to do something. So we didn't know anything about that. So this is just a rough reading of the first post of what will be the system of the future web talk.
Mhm.
So, we cannot say much about it. We can just, deduce and, deduct some truth. We can, try to understand what was the problem and what is it that is good about this, and how will this fix the problem. And I think that could be said in, you know, in 3 or 4 sentences, just a rough reading. But again, this is so exciting. That's what we were here. That's why we are here, because it's exciting, because it's something new, and we love everything that is new about web talk, because
Mhm.
anything that is new, it means people are working, people are trying to make some new developments, and some updates to the system that we know that it is brilliant, and it will be more and more awesome in the near future. And we're not even at that level of RJ. So
Right. Right. Yeah, I think that what is nice is knowing that this system is truly being watched. And fairness is kind of the number one thing. I think that it's very clear that there are bots everywhere that are sending out, especially talk mail. I believe that that's just full of it. And not even gonna lie, I will engage with those. I think it's fun to engage with those people until they realize that it's absolutely pointless to keep talking to me, or I finally will, I always report their stuff, because what I want to do is, I don't want to report someone just to report someone, because there probably are people out there that are really happy to talk to you about their, whatever cryptocurrency they're working on, whatever company they're with. That to me is fine. But if the little bot sends 6 messages that are completely the same, and it's about 4 or 5 different people on Web Talk, that's pretty obvious what's going on. And the thing is they're being very blatant about it, and so it's very easy to see. And we keep telling people this. People say, well, why is it that people keep spamming me? Well, because there's bots. Because that's what happens. They've got it fixed to where when people join, it just rolls them into this kind of funnel and tries to see what it can do. And if you're smart, you would just ignore it. So anyway, I feel like that has been explained pretty well. I feel like it's not a huge change. In fact, it's not a change. It's something that's already been. We've seen it before. Look, here's the thing. It's probably going to change again, and it's probably going to change another time or two, and it's probably going to keep changing. And the more that you realize that change is actually good for you as a real user, you'll be happy when there's changes, because if you see a change, that means it's going to be better. I don't see this. I use like the coach analogy all the time. No coach goes to practice and says to his kids, all right, or her kids, her players, his players, all right, guys, we're going to practice to be worse today. We're going to practice to suck, because we've got a game this weekend and we need to suck more for that game. No coach has ever done that. There's no way that you do things to be worse. Just like a CEO of a company, are you going to walk into the office and go, all right, guys, this is my plan today. I'm going to change things so that our business can do worse. I don't think that any business has ever done that. I don't think a boss has ever done that. So when you see a change, you got to look at it and say, what's it doing? It's making things better. And whether you don't see it right away, that's fine. But I would think that anything that gets changed or fixed or upgraded is to make it better.
Just to add something to what you said, we believe that everyone believes that change means something good is happening or will happen in the future.
Mm-hmm.
And what I think about this, because a new update like this, where all the system is built on points and everybody knows how points are generated, etc., and to change it with just one post, that's not going to happen. That's not the case, especially
Mm-hmm.
with someone as as smart as RJ.
Yep.
And I think that he will talk about it in a video really soon.
Oh
He will
yeah.
talk about it in a video. He will, Q&A. He will make Q&As as you know, uh, the system works like this. He should like test the waters first with this post,
Hmm.
and then where he, the engagement will come back, the feedback will be there, and then he will see whether to take this step or to take it back, because he didn't like speak about it thoroughly. He made some points, he explained something like out there, he didn't explain everything. And I think this is just a test. This is just a post to test
Hmm.
the waters
Hmm.
and see the reaction of
Yep.
the web walkers. And then this may be like step one to a major step in the future, or it should be just something temporary, just to fix the bots, fix the problems that are occurring in here, and then he would decide with the board. He would decide
Yep.
whether it should be like official or not.
Yep. I agree. All right. So what I want to do is I want to show something on Web Talk right now, and then I quickly want to kind of talk about one more thing before I get done. But I want to share this because I think, oh, it's nice when people listen and do things, and you go, "This is how it's supposed to work." What have we said? Copy. Can you get? No, yeah, I can see. Copy the information, write in your language, share the video. So now what this person is doing, and I believe that this guy has been listening very much to Teacher Tim. I know that they've had some conversations before, right, Tim? I'm positive that there's been conversations with him. What has he done? He's listened. He has put it in his own language. He has copied the information. He has created his own hashtags, which is fantastic. These are not hashtags that are copied. This is what he's going to do. It doesn't say gibberish, November 23rd, TWAT. We saw that one, Tim. We saw that one. It has his what he's kind of created as hashtags, which I think is fantastic, and put it in here. The only thing, well, yeah, it looks like, I think that's the full address. I would say the only thing that might need to be changed is make sure that this full address is here. So if somebody else were to copy this particular link, it wouldn't be a dead link. It would work. But you can try it and see. But what I really like about this, and I think that this is something that I appreciate too, is giving respect to the people that have created the original post. I think that's a really cool thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think that's, I I I don't need people to say that Andrew Smith did this. I'm saying for like the entire world of Web Talk, I think it's pretty cool to give a little shout out to the person who has created this video. Is he going to give me points because he shared it? No, he's going to get points for himself because he posted it. See the difference? But guess what? I'm okay with that. I'm okay with what's been done with this post. This makes sense to me because it's going to generate activity, it's going to generate natural activity, and it's going to generate responses from people and likes from people and views from people that matter. There's going to be a real conversation with this. No one's going to go on here. Well, they might, but most people won't go on here and go, nice, nice, nice. They're probably going to ask him some questions. They're probably going to try to get some information from him. So that's something that I think, Tim, you can say yes or no, but I feel like, or add anything that you think would be different. But I feel like this is what we'd like to see.
Yes, and Daniel from Pakistan, everything's correct about that post right there. If you press read more, that Zoom link is full. And
yeah, I can't hit. It's not making it read more, but that's what I'm saying. Like, I feel like there was, like I said, there was something that wasn't quite copied there. But that's
and And the other point then, yeah, that's okay. The other point is that Daniel went over to Teacher Andy's newsfeed or saw it in his Web Talk newsfeed. So that's a view for Teacher Andy. So then what does he do at that point? Teacher Andy made something. It's a view. And then we are educating web talkers to copy the link. And that's exactly what he's been doing. You can look his history for the last couple of weeks now. And this is the beauty of going back to the original rules of web talk. And humanity's going to learn now that this is not Facebook and Twitter and Instagram. This is our platform. It is up to us to grow it, to use it, to create in it. And the three of us know what we're doing. We are creating real global interaction of speaking and listening to each other. This is not share parties. We were basing everything that we were creating, the IEG Travel for Free project, based on real people communicating just like this. And we would go into Web Talk and we would give the emoji and the comments. That's another level than the other things that are happening. Organizing groups somewhere to share, to comment, custom groups, doing it in custom, doing it somewhere else privately. You don't understand what innovative education global is. You're hearing me say this change of a word as well over the past couple weeks on Web Talk Lives, based on Teacher Andy sharing that next level, bigger picture. This is beautiful to see RJ go to the original idea of content creation. Like Teacher Andy said, Scott Gerard is celebrating. And how many of us have been sharing the same thing over and over again as we see in our platform? These share parties. It's just beautiful to see. People are going to go to your timeline, to your profile. They're going to check who you are. They're going to see real information. And then your rewards are going to grow. Wherever you are in the world, Mr. Web Talk, Russia might be a little bit cheaper of revenue generated because you're over there. Wonderful. It doesn't matter. America, they have a currency that is silly world. They need more money. The world doesn't understand why America would need more money. We're going to educate the world in economics and finance, and we're going to use our platform called Web Talk. Not Facebook, not Instagram, not Twitter. So I'll stop there as my comments as I listen to you, Teacher Andy, and then let's go into the COVID.
Yeah. One last thing before, because this is a good statement from Erdy as well. People will click ads endless too. May it devalue the ad. What I would say is that's kind of the purpose, is we want people to click the ads. We need more people to be clicking ads. Do I click every ad? No, I don't. I can be very honest with that. I don't click every ad. But I can tell you right now that there's stuff that's popping up on my timeline that I have clicked on those ads, and it keeps coming back and keeps coming back. And if you it's crazy when you either think or order something, and now every social media site is posting that particular company on your timeline. That's very interesting. But yeah, if people are clicking the ads, that's a good thing. Now, once again, natural. I think, Erdy, what you're getting at is, will people create a bot that's just going to click ads? I'm sure that there's a way to do that. But if something just goes click, 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 it's going to be seen. So once again, it's just very simple. The natural versus the unnatural. I'm not going to click on 500 ads in a day, but if I click on 3 because I'm interested, or I see something that I'm interested in, or I go through and I scroll and I see it and I look at it real quickly, then that to me is like a natural kind of thing. It's the same thing that you do in you know, any other social media. An ad comes up, sometimes you click on it, sometimes you don't, sometimes you even accidentally click on ads. That's happened to me before too. You just scroll through and you click on stuff and an ad comes up. But anyway, so that's kind of the explanation there. Um,
Yeah, dude, let me say before COVID, and Teacher Bree, I know you want to jump in. We got to let Teacher Andy go after. Is very simple with this situation. Google right now is our platform for ads to get.
mhm,
Hey, everybody, Spotlight, Web Talk, Spotlight, but whatever, they have algorithms for that unnatural. If everybody's clicking there, Mr. Web Talk, okay, we're going to educate the whole world on that.
mhm, mhm.
Okay, we've been teaching morning, afternoon, evening, 3 a day. Look at RJ's post. Look what he wrote in the comments. I know a lot of free users can't see those comments. They lost money in ad rewards. They didn't make the $18,000 last year or last month, and they would split 9,000. Do you even remember what it was last month? 9,000. You had to make 18,000 Web Talk, your company. They didn't even do that, and he still gave away. He still lost. But you don't understand, because you're in Facebook world, just scrolling down and seeing ad impression, ad impression, ad impression, ad impression, billions of dollars. That's where Web Talk is headed. It's your billions. So be patient, enjoy, because you haven't seen anything yet. I'll stop.
Yeah. Okay. So here's what's going on. You know, we've been talking and kind of mentioning and saying that sooner or later the second wave of COVID and lockdowns is going to happen, and we're starting to see that. We're starting to see countries are posting. Tim showed me a post today. I'm sure he'll say the name later, but someone was saying, "Look, Ukraine is shutting down." There are cities in the United States that are starting to shut down. There are places that are starting to get to that point if they're going to have to shut down again. What is great is I've quick update. I'm sure we will talk about it more, but I kind of want to just screen share it so that if people watch this, once again, this has always been what I say is we're giving you information, whether whether you believe in the hoax or not the hoax, or you whatever. Trust me, enough people are getting corona that it is real. There are enough people that are being affected by it, whether they believe in it or not, that it is real. Yeah, the the issue is very simple. How much longer can people be locked down? And some countries have shown that if you do it for an X amount of time and you actually put effort into it, they're doing just fine. It can work. But what's happening is now people are going to be starting to use more and more tests, blah, 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 where they get them, value, all that. So I'm just going to show you some new tests that have been kind of brought in, have become available. We've kind of connected to a new company, another company. There's not just a new one, but a new company. And so this one is more for like European and overseas. And so what is really cool about this is that the overseas doesn't need all the FDA approval and all the EUA approval and all that to be used, which also helps with pricing, which helps with value. The tests themselves are about 98% accurate, right around 98%, maybe a little bit more. They are, as here, I'll show you. real quickly. Let's see. Okay, let's see. Yeah. So if you look right here, it actually will say, it says it right here. CE certificate indicates conformity with health, safety, and environmental protection standards for products sold within the European Economic Area. So this is very much for overseas. This is for Europe. This is for you know, probably not as much for the United States, because the United States doesn't do this. They have to have the FDA and EUA authorization. Those are other kits that we do have. We have stuff in the United States if people are interested, but I feel like we do a lot more interacting here in Web Talk with countries overseas, and this is valuable information. So I'm not gonna read everything. I'm actually just gonna kind of slowly scroll through it and talk about it a little bit, so that people, if you watch the video, you can pause it and look at these different things. But these are the antibody tests, which are the pinprick tests. Very simple. If you look at it, you do the pinprick, you put it in the solution, you drop it onto the test kit. The test kit is kind of like a pregnancy test. Basically, it just comes up and it shows you positive, negative, or a bad reading, which is nice because then you can see if it's correct or not. I'm going to scroll through a little bit like this. So it'll tell you kind of the information about the test. This is kind of just a little one pager. It will tell you how to interpret the test. Now, I'm not saying that this can be a do at home test. This is not a personal test. You still will have medical personnel that have to administer this test. It is not a take home test and do it on your own. It's just showing you that the process of this and like the time frame and everything, which is like about 10 to 15 minutes, gives you very specific information. There is actually you know, I can give you more information about this if you're interested, but this is just the little one pager as far as kind of giving you that information. And then we have, let's see here. Okay, we also have antigen. Same kind of thing. It's just going to show you how to do it, where it goes. This is not as invasive of a nasal probe. It doesn't have to be shoved down your throat and into your stomach or into the back of your brain. But it gives you the way to use it. Once again, same kind of thing, how to read the test. And then also there's obviously more information that can be given. 20-minute test, some as fast as 5 minutes, it says. So these are very rapid. Once again, the idea of having tests that you can go into the doctor's office, you can get the results. They don't have to send it to the lab. They don't have to wait. They don't have to sit around for days trying to figure it out. My parents both have tested positive for COVID. It took them probably 3 or 4 days to get that information. Well, if they would have gotten that information a little bit earlier, they probably wouldn't have interacted with other people that they now have to go and talk to about contact tracing and all that stuff. So the value of these, I don't really feel like I want to, really talk about pricing and all that. That's something if you want to talk to me, but the value of these and the pricing is awesome. I think that countries around the world have, been seeing kind of expensive tests for their country. But most of the countries that I've talked to and asked about their PCR tests, which take forever, which are go to the lab, which cost even more, are these tests are bare minimum compared to what those tests are, and as far as price. So that is something that if you see this video and you know that your little town, your city, your major country, your hospital, whatever, people are going to need are needing kits. People are needing testing. It is a massive thing that needs to be done. It needs to be a wave of testing instead of a little bit here and there. So the company, my company, has been working very hard to find tests that would work for everyone. We do have tests that are FDA and EUA approved. We also have a new antibody test that is point of care. So that means that it can be done right at, the doctor's office as well. So we have stuff for the States. We have, and we have the stuff that can be sold in the States can be sold overseas. It's just some of the regulations and stuff don't have to be as strict with that. But if your country is strict, that we have kits that will fit into that as well. They definitely are a little bit more expensive, and that's why I kind of wanted to talk about these particular kits because of the value. The value is there, and it here's my thing. If you think about your town and you think about your hospital, whether you're in a little tiny town or you're in a big city, hospitals are starting to get overrun. We're already hearing about it. The cases are rising. We've already heard about it. Countries that were doing fine are all of a sudden having another kind of wave come through. We knew it was going to happen. We've talked about it numerous times. It's flu season. This is not a guessing game. It's happening. We've talked to enough people. We've interacted with enough people. We understand how it's working. Do we understand everything about it? No, I will never claim to be the smartest person in the world about COVID. What I do know is how it's coming back. The second wave is coming, and more people, closer and closer to, your circle of friends, your family. There's issues happening. I mean, one person on this Zoom has tested positive. That's the reality. So if you're starting to see that and you're starting to say, like, we need something that is faster, we need something that is very accurate. We don't want to continue down this PCR road where everybody believes that, you do a PCR and wait. It's over, man. 5 to 20 minutes and and very valuable. The price of them is I think it's really actually very well priced. And I think that countries that, might not want to spend as much money, but do want a very good test, this is it. And I am very happy to, talk about it because I really was kind of blown away when we started looking at all the information about these kits. The value is incredible. So if you guys have any questions, if you have any, thing that you want to talk about as far as, trying to find out about ordering or, more information about it, please, message, write in the post, in the comments, or whatever you want to do. And we can talk about that more, and we'll probably talk about this more later on. I just wanted to kind of get it out there. Because it's kind of the newest information that I have, and it's valuable. This is the time that you're going to start seeing that people are going to be needing tests again. So with that, I'm not going to talk about it much more unless anybody on here has a question or whatever. But I just have to comment on Erdy's profile picture here, his Zoom picture. If this guy doesn't what am I trying to say? Ooze is the best word I can come up with right now. If he doesn't ooze web talk, nobody does. I'm trying to think of a word that goes with his voice, because I feel like his voice is so like mesmerizing that he's just gonna mesmerize people into loving web talk. Like they're just gonna be like, you know what? I don't care about the money. I just want to talk to Erdy because he's so smooth. So
thank you so much.
Erdy, I liked your comments. I like how you're thinking as far as the Tim's laughing. I like your comments. It's very true. Like when you say that, oh well, is everybody just going to start clicking on ads? Yeah, hopefully. That would be great. I think that's where that should be driven to, instead of, and I kind of like the idea of, what's it going to do, instead of us telling everybody, hit like, hit a comment. Hey, maybe as you're scrolling through your daily, dose of web talk, maybe click on some of those ads and start kind of conditioning yourself to do that, instead of just saying nice. I think that people should comment more with value. People should, why waste your time? I don't even get it. Like, why waste your time saying nice? I don't like it when people go on my thing and say nice. You know what that means to me? They didn't read it. They didn't look at it. They're not going to interact with it. And it's an invaluable kind of conversation to me when someone says nice. Look at the 5 comments. I'd rather have 5 comments like what's on this post right now than 500 nices. Because 500 nices means 500 people didn't read or listen. Guarantee it. Because this isn't nice. This is informative. That's a good word for it. This is helpful. This is thank you. But nice? This isn't nice. This is us trying to get information out to you. So, this is what we're doing. I am going to. I was asked by someone to kind of help with another person. Going to go through and try to do some things, kind of explaining web talk a little bit for them, because we were in a group, we were talking, and they kind of said, hey, look, we're getting information, but it would be nice to have, a little bit more of kind of the vision and the philosophy and whatever. So we're going to create some videos. I don't know exactly how we're doing it as far as like how many or whatever, but
I,
we
I
will be
think,
doing that.
Teacher Andy,
Mhm.
I think it must be another option. For example, some people share really valuable information, kind of PDF file or video file. And so if someone needs this file, others must to click advertising, and they after that they will be able to download this
Mhm.
file.
Um,
And so it's
I,
also additional uh,
go ahead.
mhm. It's also additional clicking for advertising. And so
Yeah,
I
yeah.
think, yeah.
I think that for me, what this is for me is that someone has come and said, "Hey, I really would appreciate if you did something like this." Now, granted, I am going to say this is not being mean, is not being anything. It's I'm starting to get people saying, "Well, can you do uh, like a shout out to my group?" I'm not here to do shout outs. I'm not here to do welcome this country. I'm not here to do that. I feel like you, as a person from your country, should shout out your country and show the videos that we're creating, because this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to keep coming on and I'm going to keep giving information. I'm going to keep doing this, but I'm probably not going to shout out your country. Um, Not because I'm being mean, not because I'm too cool. I just don't have I don't have all the time in the world to be shouting out people's countries. But I do have time to come on and try to help people understand this platform a little better. And I am very willing to get into a Zoom that we can turn into a live and put it on your newsfeed. Because, case in point, a couple nights ago, someone told me that they were doing a live or a Zoom with their group, and I turned it on and I was listening, and someone was saying, "Well, I'm new, and um, here are some questions." And I'm the kind of person that when I hear someone's new, I want to explain it to them, because that's kind of what I like doing. And so I messaged and I said, "Hey," I said, "do you mind if I answer?" And they said, "No, that's fine." I said, "And this needs to be turned into a live, and it needs to be posted on Web Talk." not because I'm so cool, because if I'm going to answer the questions for the new person, I want other new people to see this. That's how I'm going to do it. So when you see something that we post as a live, take that. Please take that. I just showed you someone took what we're doing right now and put it on their newsfeed. And if you think I'm mad about that, I'm not. I hope they get 5,000 points off of it. I don't care about that. What I care about is I'm here to try to help people understand this thing. Tim is here to help people understand this thing. Birdie is here to help people understand this thing. Sama, you're here to help. Like everybody's here to help. So that's where we're at, and so whoever is listening that wrote me the message, I'm probably not going to shout out your country, but if you want to do a Zoom with and talk about it and ask some questions, and we can go live and post that on your page, and maybe then you interpret it or whatever later or at the same time, I don't really care about that. Like, that's awesome. I'll do that, because to me, that's going to be more valuable than saying, oh, I'm going to shout out this country. We already know that we're 70 countries deep. We're already shouting out countries all the time. We got plenty of countries involved. That's the beauty of this. And that's the beauty of views. We've got countries of views. And what is beautiful is many people, I'm just going to throw out like Vietnam. If they make a post, I know that Terry is viewing it. And guess what? She's generating more value than someone in Vietnam that views their post. This is the beauty of where we're at. I saw Terry already has made a comment on this post. She is everywhere. So is Nalutza. So is Erdi. So is, all these people in every part of the world are viewing and commenting and interacting, and they're not doing it just because they're gonna score some points for you. They're actually doing it because they actually like you. They actually appreciate it. They want to be involved. Terry doesn't have to come on these Zooms anymore. She used to all the time. Guess what? Her being on the Zoom didn't help anybody gain revenue. But she spends her time interacting, talking, messaging, posting, giving out information. And what's beautiful about that is every time she does, she's giving a little bit more revenue to someone in another country that might not have as much revenue for their ad. And I think that that's awesome. And I like where this is going, because now people are going to have to start generating something valuable instead of pictures of cake. Because we've already proven that pictures of cake works to get likes and comments. It does. But how many people are going to view that? A very small amount. Start developing solid information. And I keep telling people, and I know Tim says it too, where are the live videos? Because I'm telling you, if you look at my news feed, the live videos are the ones that get the most views, the most comments, the most interaction. You can look at my live, look at my news feed. I can post a picture of myself on a date. No one cares. We put a video out. Everybody's responding. No one cares about your date, guys. A couple people do, which is fine. You have that little niche. But we want to go big. We want this thing to be massive. We've said it numerous times. 70 countries interacting with each other. Make your content strong. And I'm not saying that we don't. I'm starting to see a lot more lives. I see a lot of Nalutza lives showing up. People getting involved, people talking, people copying it, people sharing it. People are trying to come up with ideas of how to post things that are kind of view generating and kind of getting that interaction. It's perfect. It's going to make you work a little bit harder. And this is your job. I mean, let's call it what it is. This is, we keep saying this is a business. And a $200 franchise, you're going to have to put a lot of, effort into a $200 franchise for it to be successful. But you don't have to spend $1 million to start your franchise. So I feel like a $200 investment on my franchise, I'm cool with helping people. I'm cool with making videos with people. It is enjoyable to me to try to explain to someone what they actually are about to embark on. I had a guy, come on, and he said, yeah, I'm new to this, and I already know what people are going to say. They're going to say this looks like a pyramid scheme. And I said, well, I want to be part of this pyramid scheme. Why? Because I'm not the CEO of any other job that I'm working for. And if I can make myself a CEO of WebTalk in my own little world, just like every one of you are doing right now, you are the CEO of your franchise. However you want to look at that, however you want to try to explain it to someone, you are the CEO of your franchise. And if your franchise is one level, high, great. Get a ton of workers for you. If it's 5 levels high, then you have even more workers for you. Don't worry about what's above. Don't worry about those people don't get me wrong with that. Don't worry about the fact that someone above you is making money off of your hard work. Kind of erase that idea. You want to do what you need to do below you with the people that you get involved in this so that you are successful. And if that happens to make someone else successful because they're not doing quite as much, it is what it is. There will be people that'll sign someone up and let them do all the work. And it is what it is. Congratulations, you did that. And then there's going to be people that are going to say, you know what, I want to make it mine. And this is really what you want to do. You want to make this your WebTalk. Wherever you're at in the whole spectrum, if you're number 100 million person and you're watching this for the first time because someone sent it to you and you're the 100 millionth person, I'm still going to say the same thing. Work on your part. Do what you need to do to make yourself as successful as you can, because the app's coming. People are making commercials. It's pretty cool. And so things are working. I mean, it's coming along. And guess what? If people start getting locked down again, this is the time, because people are really going to be listening to the fact that you can make them, or they can make their own money. And guess what? They're not fighting against bots now. So make awesome content. TikTokers, where are you at? Start coming over. That's a little hint. I'm telling you guys, if you think it's hard to get people involved in WebTalk, stop trying to do so much. Get 1, get 2. But start looking at other social media sites and start listening to what people are trying to say in all of those platforms. And many, many people, whether it's for good or whether it's for themselves, they are all trying to make money. There's people that are saying, Cash App, Venmo me, whatever you can, and then give me suggestions on who to pay it forward to. It's wonderful. I think it's amazing. But they're still having to ask people for money. In WebTalk, they'll be able to say the same exact thing, except no cash, no Venmo, just views. View my stuff, click on some advertising, do whatever you need to do. You don't have to take this money out of your pocket to uh, you know to make it so that I can help someone. I'm not going to say much more than that, but I do want people to start, you got to start looking at these other social media sites. Someone said, well, Monique said, how are you going to get young people? Well, I know a lot of young people that want to make money. They're everywhere. They're everywhere working hard to make that money. Go check your social medias. And if you're not, and here's another thing, there's a lot of stuff that I've just been talking to people about. I don't think it's very, very smart to get on Facebook and say, I'm going to stop using Facebook for the rest of my life because Web Talk is the best thing in the world. Why? I'm not going to stop using Facebook. Do I use it as much? No, because that's not smart. I'm not making any money on it. But am I going to use Facebook? Yes. Am I going to be on TikTok? Am I making videos every day? Are you going to go look up Andy Smith and see me dancing around with the boys or something? Nope. But I'm on there. There's a reason. People want to make money. You can show them. Start interacting with these people. Start interacting with people that you feel some sort of way about. Not the people that you go, oh, these guys are just out here to make money. How about the people that are actually talking about, I want to help others? Start checking those people out. Those are the people that when they finally start seeing your dashboard, getting a little bit more and a little bit more, and all of a sudden the ad rewards pool gets a little bit bigger, I would highly suggest taking a screenshot of your ad rewards pool and use it as evidence for growth. I would highly suggest that $10,000 this month, I would probably take some pictures of that, because I think at some point, and this is exciting to me, at some point people are going to go back and look at that 10,000 of 2020 December and go, how little was that? Because at some point this ad rewards is going to be just this massive number. I just feel it. I feel like it's going to be such a huge number. And 10,000 really truly is going to look like a little teeny tiny bit. Because when you start talking to people about half of what Facebook makes in a month, if you could be part of that, you don't need a very big part of $3 billion to be successful. That's crazy to me. And I'm not gonna try to say what this guy was saying, other than it was really cool. It was a guy talking about the difference between a million and a billion. What's really the difference between a million and a billion? And it was just like the idea of how many minutes that is, or how long it takes to get to a million as compared to a billion, or whatever he was talking about. And it's unbelievable. And to think that most social media, every single one that you're using is making billions of dollars per month, it's pretty bizarre. And there's only one of them that's going to hand over some of that, half of that, to the users, even if they didn't make their 18,000. I think that's pretty cool too, what Tim was saying earlier. Look, this is what he said he was going to give. They didn't make the double, they didn't make the twice that, but they still stuck to their word and paid out a certain amount to people. So enough of me just talking randomly. I think that there's just been a lot of stuff going on, a lot of conversations, a lot of things going on that, like I said, it's been a little bit crazy. But it's still
Good.
very cool.
As you're rambling, I'm over in Web Talk, listening to you, and it's just beautiful to see. here's a web talker that we will connect to in Vietnam with COVID. Okay, right here. How do I know who this is? Well, hasn't been in web talk 2 months talking about COVID posts. Okay, right here, COVID 2 months ago in web talk. Well, how did I know that this individual was in web talk right now? Well, Super Dad Andy's wife, the doctor, what did she do? A spotlight post of our web talk live 15 minutes ago. And that individual from Vietnam left an emoji. There's his name. So I go check who he is. And he's connected to another pro member of Web Talk from Vietnam, well deep into our levels, Teacher Andy.
Mm-hmm.
And there he is, giving an emoji to the doctor on the spotlight post, and there you are talking. This is why we smile, because this is exactly how it needs to evolve. Humanity could not understand what IEG was creating through Web Talk. The Web Talk family could not understand what Innovative Education Global was creating through Web Talk. We couldn't understand it. There was a blowback because you had web talkers from 70 plus countries understanding. How did it happen? We took the time to educate each web talker one at a time in these types of environments. And that is a beautiful sight to see, that the doctor would create a spotlight post this morning, Thursday morning, Vietnam in December 2020. She's going to get views. And those views are going to turn into revenue. And who's going to get matching? Teacher Andy, Teacher Tim, Super Dad Andy, Teacher Toto. Our network is number one because we understand RJ's vision of real relationships, real life success. Communication, real communication. Web talk. Not Facebook. It's not a book with faces to build up the narcissistic society that we all complain about, which is silly. Rise above it. What social dilemma are you talking about? Checkmate, RJ and Web Talk. And that will be my sense into this silly little world that we live of enjoyment and having fun, having someone from Russia in the kitchen cooking for himself and his father, and Olga is around probably shoveling snow for the 15th time. Oh, wait a minute, how am I supposed to know that? Nice, nice, nice. Thank you, RJ.
I am out after that statement. I'm out. That's a little mic drop. I'm out. I'm done. I'm going to. Tim, do you want the hosting?
Yeah, I come back right now. Yeah, make me host. We're gonna be talking to web talkers for a while.
Okay. All right. Let's see here. Yeah. So, Bahri, you got anything? I'm trying to figure out.
You know, I've got many and many ideas since you started. Like I had comments all over, like for each and every point you mentioned, but I couldn't just like stop you to talk about them. And you know, they're all around one point, which is I had like another theory um, um, of this update of Web Talk, which is, first of all, maybe all the system that RJ had before of engagement, comments, share, etc., everything was just a training on how to post, how to engage, how to do stuff on the platform. And now there is a shift to the real system, which is on how to get the engagement, on how to click on the ads uh, uh, and get the revenue that WebTalk needs to pay for your work and engagement and pay for the training that you had uh, for in 2020, like from January or maybe from 2017 for some people. So um, this is just another theory, maybe, maybe not. I don't know how RJ thinks. Um,
I think RJ knows exactly what he's doing.
yeah,
That and it is,
and
it's funny because like anything, everybody has their opinion. Everybody
see,
thinks they know, just like I think I know, and then all of a sudden something changes and you go, well, I didn't know.
absolutely,
And that's the beauty of it. That's the beauty.
absolutely. That's
Yeah.
when he makes you think on what's next. Why did he put this? What's next? Something that that um, make you think on what is next. That's the beauty of it. That's part of it. You know,
Hmm.
uh, that's the interesting thing about Web Talk, which is it's evolving every day and every week with each and every update out there.
No.
The first thing when I get to Web Talk every day, the first thing I do is to visit RJ's, uh, uh, you know, um, wall of news, and I would see what's new. If there is nothing new, I would just go to something like from a week ago or 2 weeks ago and read it again and try to think what is next.
No. Yeah.
Absolutely brilliant.
Yeah. It's pretty cool. It's pretty cool to. Uh,
And
it's just cool.
number two, about nice. Uh, I'm totally agreeing with everything you said. And with many people are just, they try to make an engagement. They try because many people do not understand English. You see, so when he sees a picture or maybe he sees a post from you and he is not at that level of understanding, he would just say nice, and because he was there and he visited. But when it is there in every post, that is something that's you know that that is frustrating for me as a as a content creator, and for me as someone who's trying to build uh, an army. You see, so I would love to see the army that is there, that is supporting me and I'm supporting them. I'd love to see them at that level of understanding of me, or maybe higher. And that's why we are trying to comment on these stuff. I mean, we're interested uh not in the problem. No, we're interested on how to solve the problem, and we're trying to say that this is a problem for you guys, just to for you to take it to the next level of, okay, nice, and then what?
But here's
And
the thing. I completely agree with what you're saying. I never said that I've never said nice in a comment. I've said nice in a comment. I say nice and sweet in a comment. But like you said, if it's one person doing it over and over and over and over again, that's the problem. Now, I totally understand that people are maybe not um, as good in English, and so that's what they write. I get that. But why aren't they interacting in their native tongue as well? Why not put a sentence of your language and then say nice? Put
And
in people just because we're talking about IEG doesn't mean you have to only speak English.
Absolutely.
That's not what Web Talk is about. Web Talk isn't about English. Come on, let's be honest. That's not about English. People are learning English, people are interacting in English, and people are developing their language in English. That's great because they want to. But Web Talk isn't about English. Use your language. Interact with the people from your country that are getting into Web Talk in your language. That's okay. There's nothing, there is no, and this needs to be clear, there is no person that is in IEG that's like, oh, you can't use Russian. Nope, don't use Russian. Only English here. No. If someone gets on and Erdi wants to talk to them in Russian, do we say nope, can't do that? This is English only Zoom. No. And that's the thing is the point is we're trying to build community. We're trying to build a global interaction. That's the beauty of this. That's what we want. And if I can't understand every single comment because it's in a different language, well, what should I be doing? Maybe trying to learn another language. So maybe someone could educate me instead of just English. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I'm not saying that nice, the word nice is not what I'm saying is wrong. The word nice, when you look at a news feed for 20 minutes of nice, 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 and I mean, someone just did it just now. Someone just took a bunch of stuff from my news feed and started sharing it. Do you need to share a picture of me and my family? Is that necessary? I don't think so. What you can share is I posted a picture of fireworks in the UAE. Share that. That's wonderful. But why would I go to Bahri's site and find a picture of he and his kid and share it? I don't think that that's really necessary. It's a learning process. I get it. I get it. You want to show, and this is what I think people do is they want to show respect and love and whatever to the people that they're starting to interact with on Web Talk. I get that part. I understand that. But hit a like, hit a comment, say a comment about my family. Oh, hey, it's good to see you guys or whatever. But do you really need to share that content in Web Talk? Does everybody in Kurdistan need to see a picture of my family and they don't even know who I am? Probably not. That's not something that needs to be out, shared out. Now, I've shared something publicly. If someone takes it and shares it and whatever, great. I mean, that's what happens in social media. But what I was showing earlier about the post of our video and then just a little shout out of the name, I think that's really cool. I respect that. I like that. I don't know why someone would come into my timeline and look at my videos and stuff or pictures of like the kind of the person and I post it publicly, so I can't really like be upset about it. I just don't know why you would do that. That's not really helping you. And that's really what we want, is to generate things that help everyone be successful. I don't need to be successful by myself. I need people to be successful that are in my 5 levels, and then the success comes with that. So there's just a bunch of things. I mean, it's just a bunch of things. People are learning, people are getting it, figuring it out, and it's great. And I'm not upset with anybody doing anything as far as like, sharing a picture of my family. I've posted it publicly, so if it gets shared, it gets shared. But it's not helping you as the person that's sharing it. I don't think it's really helping you be more successful in web talk.
Many people, mix success with engagement. So if it makes engagement now, it's not success, because what you're trying to do is to make a content that is yours for people to follow and check again next time to see the news. So if you're sharing every day, sharing stuff from other content creators, maybe it will make some revenue today or tomorrow, next week, but it's not for a long time, because people will check on your news feed today and tomorrow, and then they will get the source, and they will check the source, and then what you're doing next, many people would stop, because they would find that this is not a solution. This may be a problem, because many people were looking at their are following them, and then they stopped following because they just followed the content creator, the
Right.
source.
True.
Yeah. And the solution for that is that you think about it for a moment. What is it that this person is doing right, and I would mimic that with my creation? And that will take you to the next level, to the right path on how to make the same success of what you think is interesting, and you made that post by sharing.
Right.
And many people would share your stuff in the future just because you're doing it right.
Right. Yeah, I agree. I think that's a good point, that you might look at the original person and be like, oh, I'd rather follow them than this person. Now, what I would say is, if you want to go and find stuff off of my newsfeed and my pictures and my posts and my videos to share, go to the videos about web talk and share those over and over again, because those do generate revenue, because people interact with those, they see those, and they ask questions and they want to learn more. That's the stuff that I would love for people to take off of my site. I want other people to be successful, and I don't care who's in 5 levels or 10 levels or what country they are. I want to help people be successful at this, because this is when I look at this and I look at what people are trying to do with cryptocurrency or business or forex or whatever, all of those things, you need people to be coming in and generating revenue, but that means they have to pay money to do so. So you're asking perfect strangers to come support your system, but that means that stranger has to take money out of their pocket to support you, and therefore you are responsible for their success. And some people are using these people that want to make money, because let's be honest, if you do it right, you can make money in forex, you can make money in crypto, you can make money in trading, and you can do all that. But what people are doing is trying to get other people to put money in, which is going to give them more. What I love about web talk is, if you would take that same energy of all these little bots, the same energy of trying to get people to do crypto, and say, I'm going to go to my crypto world and I'm going to introduce them to something that says a $200 investment once a year gets you 5 levels, instead of an investment of $500 every month to make you X amount of money in forex. There's a big difference there because you can tell all those people you don't have to spend a dime. But what is it going to do? It's going to help you. Therefore, you're not asking people to donate to your, to your success. The only thing that they're doing is interacting and being part of a social media site, and you can get some revenue from that. The ROI is going to be way, way better in the future with Web Talk than it is with some company that might have flashed in the pan and is already gone and people lost money and they've moved on to the next thing. Because there's going to be people that ultimately lose money every single time that they get involved in something in crypto. Why? Because they don't know what they're doing. Everyone knows what they're doing in Web Talk because it's social media. So you can explain it to them very simply. See what you're doing over here? Do it over here. See what you're doing over there? Do it right here. See what you're doing in your business? Why don't you use this? It's not all about social media. It's about businesses. It's about interaction. It's about all of your, your connections, putting it into one and developing this whole platform into one situation. And you're not asking people to spend money every month. And this is the place where everyone gets caught up with the, oh, well, when I hear 5 levels, it must be a pyramid scheme. Well, you're doing crypto. You're doing crypto every day. You're doing Forex every day, and that is a pyramid scheme. And then you go to your job, and I don't care what job, give me a job, and I'll tell you you're in a pyramid scheme. You are. Stop with the silliness of the pyramid scheme and start saying, I want to be on top of something. I want to do something that makes me be the value creator. Stop working so hard to try to get other people to do for you what you can be doing in Web Talk very easily. And they can all join for free. The one person that has to pay $200 is you. Like if you want to do something where you are developing a business and you are developing something that's going to generate revenue and earn you money for the rest of your life, blah, 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 that we hear from the crypto world, pay $200 and then say, okay, guys, I'm going to give a crypto tip every day in Facebook. But guess what? I did it in Web Talk, and now you have to click on it and go over to Web Talk to read it. You don't even have to tell people what it is. Well, I saw your post on Facebook. I can't see anything. Oh, just click on it. What's this? Oh, it's just a social media site that I use. Well, what's this social media site? Oh, it's called Web Talk. Well, how did you find out about it? Just like any other social media site. Someone told me about it. I still haven't mentioned any money. I still haven't mentioned 5 levels. I still haven't mentioned 1 level. I haven't mentioned anything. It's social media. I'm just on another platform. You should check it out. And then they go over and they start reading up and seeing the videos and checking their dashboards and understanding that all of a sudden there's something a little bit different. They explain it. People that are every day post, I'm seeing so many posts from people in Facebook about this new company and that new company. And it's crazy because this has been going on for years. I have seen these kind of posts for at least 10 years now. I was part of those posts 10 years ago. I found this new company. It's incredible. I've been making money on it. Yeah, you've been making money on it. But is it the right way? I thought it was, and things happened. And I went, I don't need to do this anymore. I need to look at things that are real. I need to look at things that are going to help people. And whether it's 10,000 extra dollars a month that's in an ad pool and you can only make $2 off of it, I didn't force you to pay me that $2. You just used a social media platform and I benefited from it. Great. And it's that simple. So with that, I'm out. But yeah, Tim, probably not tomorrow night, but maybe Friday night. Do another little live.
All right, good.
All right.
What I'm gonna do as you head out, dude, I'm gonna show RJ's timeline
Oh
and
yeah,
read
yeah.
the comment on all the web talkers and
Cool.
how RJ's responding to them. You know, Eddie Garcia now understands.
Okay, cool.
So it's nice to see RJ kind of answering everybody's, and we'll talk about it as well.
Cool. All right. We'll talk to you guys later.
Hey, dude. Thanks, man. So, you know, Teacher Bree, we know it's early in the morning, like what 4:30 in the morning, Algeria?
Yeah,
Yeah.
most
So
20 to 5.
yeah, I apologize for cutting you off when you did have your hand raised. I just wanted to get Teacher Andy out, even though he did speak for another 30 minutes past what he wanted to. This is all about respect, guys. This is not the respect you know. This is permission-based respect. This is not something humanity understands yet, or truly is aware of yet. You might think that I disrespect humanity. You need to go walk your journey, figure out your life. Because this is a 24-hour adventure for this innovative gorilla. That's all. Teacher Andy's absolutely correct. Why should he have to shout out to countries? We have countries. What does the true project-based teacher do? Listen, what's the idea? Rohade, beautiful. Mr. Web Talk, beautiful. We will do it on a Web Talk Live. What? What? We will test. We will do it. Teacher Chris, Mr. Web Talk a week ago. You want to test it? You want private videos, Mr. Web Talk? Let's do it on Web Talk Live. Test. 3, 2, 1, go. You guys cut it. You know how. Done. Let's begin with RJ and the spotlight post. Here is what Teacher Bree's talking about. The wall of RJ. This is where he visits when he goes into Web Talk. This is the smartest thing to do. Go visit his page. He is the CEO. And this is a pinned post from a month ago. He's proud of it. So he pins it at the top of his timeline. Beautiful. New feature. We should be celebrating these features. They're all coming in place for that beautiful app that everybody wants. Now let's go to this one. And here it is, guys. Soon we'll be updating our ad rewards algorithms. Okay? The updates will no longer award points for likes, comments, and shares. All of this came in around January of 2020, this idea. And well before this idea of points for likes, comments, and shares, in the Web Talk dashboard, there were the rules of 100,000 views of your content would generate revenue. Everything was written. It's beautiful. Back in 2018 when I saw it. Wonderful. Invite people. Their content gets views, but ad revenue, you get matching on people you brought in. And then he created something to have fun. for a while. Then the abuse came. And if you ever think that I will say that I was abusing the system, you don't know what the F I'm doing. And I don't care where you come from with my language. Leave. Turn off the YouTube live, Web Talk Live, and leave. Go into your little share parties like you created, your little like parties. We would educate those web talkers one at a time as well. We were prepared. Were the rest of you prepared? I don't really care. I have zero expectations outside of me, and the whole world is creating now because of it. That's a fact. You're evolving. RJ's evolving. Going back to the original blueprint. Let's go to the comments, because the comments are the key. Charles Garcia. We all know him. We met him. Eddie. Got to think about this one. Not too sure. He's the first to comment. There it is. Not too sure if I really like these changes, but I do understand why they are needed. Hope everyone will see the good that will ultimately come from these changes for the future of this amazing platform. So he voices that he's not comfortable with it. And then what happens at the end of his engagement? Now, a couple responses from other web talkers, which are beautiful. These changes equal more revenue for the real members who are spending time here. Same guy, Brandon. Thank you, Brandon. It will also get rid of those stupid comment replies like great and good posts. The spammers that just pop up because they are paid for that activity. And what am I going to do to Brandon? I just read your empowering comments on a Web Talk Live broadcast. All right, let's talk about this one right now because we go a little further. Look who responds to Eddie, the CEO of Web Talk. He writes, RJ writes, the changes will, one, significantly reduce the amount of non-quality content being shared simply to earn points. Shared means what? Content that's put on as posts. Sharing on Web Talk. Everybody thinks about the shared content with the share feature. He's talking simply about putting content on the news feed, creating it, sharing it. It will reduce the non-quality content. 2, will reduce fake likes and comments for points. Number 3, will reduce fake following for points. 4, will award more rewards to our most active members. That's exactly what Brandon wrote before RJ responded. Thank you, Brandon. Beautifully aware. More rewards to our most active. 500,000 active now out of 6 million plus. We'll award more rewards. Number 5, for quality content posting. That's why the Scott Gerards are dancing in the streets. That's why the Coach Sanutzes will continue to give in the world. They know exactly what they're creating. They're givers, those two. Number 5, and then number 6 will significantly increase the value per points awarded. Then Charles responds, I agree that something like this needed to be done long ago, and I can see the good that will transpire, RJ. I know all the changes being made are for the betterment and sustainability of the company called Web Talk. Thank you again for all your comments to make it so. Wow. What do I respond with in the same area? Wonderful, RJ, to go back to the original blueprint. What do you mean? What's Teacher Tim talking about original? Everybody thinks it's a change. It is not. It was embedded in the instructions. Brandon, I just read your He'll see it at some point. If he says thank you, I don't really give a flying snip snob. What I'm going to do, though, is I'm going to tag with a reply to Charles, Eddie, with the same. All right, guys, let's talk about that one. Oh, Mr. Web Talk has to take care of his dad. Understand now, Teacher Marie?
I do. So this was the plan from day one, and we were on a journey, and then we got to that level on going back to the original plan. Awesome. And I think that the plan that we were having, or like likes and comments and etc., as I said before, I think it was just like a learning process on taking people from knowing nothing about the platform to that level on how to engage and how to make content on the platform. And then now it is taking the original path as you have shared, and since people now know how to do other stuff like the basics.
Yes. And how did he entice web talkers to join and be a part of this? Not many would understand the original blueprint. It's in every platform.
Yeah.
The world doesn't understand how these platforms make money. Social Dilemma is an educator for the world to watch that Netflix documentary and kind of say, oh my God, there it is. That's how they did it. And then all of a sudden he had to entice, because the world's not going to join another platform that has 10,000 active people. They're not going to do it. They're going to be in Facebook. They're going to be in Twitter and Instagram, because that's where all the billions are. That's where they can promote their business for free. That's where they can get a couple people to purchase products and be active and go Facebook Live. And many more people go Facebook Live. Everybody stays in the platform. Average user. Oh, more advertising. No one understands this. We are educating humanity right now. We've been doing it for 5 years online. About 2.5 years through Web Talk. And so we had to entice, change it up a bit. Likes. When we have the emoji system in, it's going to be fun. We're going to have different emojis, and that'll be points. 10. Let's make it 10. Let's make comments 20. Let's make a share 30. And look at how much fun it was. Look at the beginning of the rewards. How many points were being generated when people were hitting share, and points were going everywhere. And then you could leave comments and emojis on that share, and it would count towards that person that shared it because they saw it in their dashboard. It was beautiful. What a fun way to be part of a system that keeps you in. You scroll down, and Web Talk makes money, revenue. They're making money. They want to be able to share it. So we set an amount, 500 in February, low amount. And look at what IEG was making in the beginning. It's not going to change, especially when the app comes. We already have an incredible, empowering network of web talkers, just waiting for the app. I could care less about an app. Same with Coach Lutza. She voices it many times. You care less. Who cares? You couldn't live without an app 15 years ago, I guess, huh? When there wasn't any. Give me a break. I love this change, and it's perfect timing. He already knew he could not spend more millions to create algorithms to block out these bots and all the different things as we educate. It was more and more would just join and do the same thing. It would suck the rewards, the free rewards part anyway, the free rewards. Because there's other avenues of earning. So thank you, Charles Garcia, Eddie, and Teacher Bree for sharing that as well, because you're absolutely correct with what you shared with Teacher Andy an hour ago. You just were unaware of the beginnings, like I am. I'm aware of everything. Does it sound arrogant? I don't really care. I see everything. I don't need technology to be an algorithm to block bots. But because you, humanity, are so busy in your quacking of the mouth, you don't create time to create your vision. And that's what the true educational evolution is. Innovative, education, global. You do these web talk lives, you bring someone in. If they can't speak English, it doesn't mean that you continue to develop your English just because you love it. You speak their language and you make them understand. Whatever language they speak to them in their language. The whole world doesn't care about English like everybody thinks. It is an international language. Yes, that's a fact. Who cares? You know how many people speak Chinese and the different languages there of Chinese? 1.5 billion? You don't think that's an international language? You don't think Spanish is an international language? How about French? Where were they all over the world in countries talking French? So we'll go to the next one. Read some more comments here. Stanley. Okay. Jack, always a pleasure. Let's focus on good content. Atul, we all know Atul. We met him here. Great update. I just predicted these changes in a public post a few days ago. Herman with his little thumbs up, happy face. There's Coach Alutza. Well done. She agrees. There's Daniel, IG Pakistan. This is the one. This is what I'm talking about, people. This is the real deal now. People using bots and scripted bots can now rip. Rest in peace. Oh, I also got an offer to use these paid bots from a couple of users. Good think I could keep my mask on. I kicked their offer on their stupid faces. This shite is also forbidden in our religion to share. So there is that too. Also, I mess with their precious scripts. So he's a high-level coder programmer, understands. He's actually posted that. Yeah, it's good for you. Yeah. So So my dear RJ, no one can mess with our Web Talk family now. And please do ban their IDs for this shite already happening to our network by these slave mentality fake book idiots. See, we also do our part too. You can count on that. Hope this comment finds you and gives you some relief that you are not alone. RJ knows he's not alone, Daniel. He's never been alone. He's had family and friends stand with him for a decade with this idea. He is not alone. We are with you till the end. Peace out. So there's a reply there from who? Joanna over there in New York. You kicked their offer on their stupid faces. That's wonderful. She's reading. Very aware, Joanna. Sweet dreaming to you. She had a post about an hour ago that she's tired. Did anybody read it, or did you write nice? I see it well revised and considerate. Tony Lee, awesome. Best news I've heard lately. Joseph Craner, I think the most important thing is not the ad rewards algorithm. It should be the ad rewards pool. WebTalk's dream in March 2020 was 1 million US dollars end of 2020. Now in December 2020, we have real 10,000 US dollars. That is 1%. See? So that's a comment of a vision of RJ. And if humanity understood Web Talk, we would have 1 million this month. It would be up to us to invest. But because humanity doesn't trust each other, now look, here's RJ, and there's Roberto responding. It's beautiful. All right, let's read it, and then we'll go to Teacher Bree. Correct, 10,000 is just the minimum. Now, this month, we pay out 50% of all our ad revenue. It could be higher if there were more users and engagement. That number is not up to us. It is up to all of you. It is the reason our ad rewards program exists in the first place, to award activity and referrals. Last month, we paid out 9,000. Here it is, guys. This is where I gave you the fact. I didn't quack my mouth somewhere. Last month, we paid out 9,000 in ad rewards, but only made 6,000 total. 9,000, 18,000 needed to be made to share 50% of the revenue. I know you all went through math class. But only made 6,000 in advertising revenue. So what would that be? 3,000 should have been. That means we lost 3,000 just so we can keep growing the minimum by 1,000 every month. The minimum will remain at 10,000 from here on with no maximum limit. Thank you, RJ. Great thoughts here. There's Roberto. The size of the pie is the most important figure. WebTalk is still sharing the ad rewards, but the allocations are changing to enhance the value and quality of the platform. Looking forward to potentially seeing a big increase in the value per point. RJ, keywords, up to us. Teacher Marie?
Yeah, absolutely. What I thought about it, and I thought that maybe RJ will mention it. And since he didn't mention it, I need to say something else. People, Web Talk is enhancing and supporting your gig economy. What does that mean? It means you are making money out of Web Talk via relationships and spreading your business out there and learning new stuff that you pay for in real life, and you are taking it for free from Web Talk. If you calculate all that and calculate the relationships that you got from Web Talk, and it enhanced your business, your real business on the real life, you'll find more than $1 million shared in a month, not in a year. If you calculate all that, you'll find that many and many and many thousands of dollars are there via relationships, via your real businesses that are that Web Talk is playing a key role in enhancing and developing and building and sharing out there to with or link it with other businesses via learning, etc., you'll find more money. You don't, you know, we are just focusing on what is mentioned there as a like in chief, how do you say, um, um, as a code, something like that. So don't look at $10,000 that is shared on the free pool rewards. No, just look at that. Look at everything that WebTalk is helping you with learning, teaching, uh, uh, you know, uh, sharing your business and getting people to see your business and helping you in real life. Everything that WebTalk helped you with is out there. You should calculate all that and you'll find millions of dollars, not just thousands.
And I go back to RJ's deal, and as we scroll down further to the comments, and Daniel in Pakistan, when you created the Web Talk Live, and Teacher Andy was saying, the completed link, the Zoom link, what you did was you just copied something like this, see, and you copied the read more. So just open up the whole thing when you do copy, so it has the whole link. So your Web Talk contacts can join from your news feed here. We'll verify them. So that's what you did. That's why Teacher Andy was saying about the link is not complete. So I was just saying he has to click read more. That was just a copy and paste there. It wasn't blue, it was black when we were looking at it. So there's Teacher Andy right there. As people continue to try to outsmart the system of Web Talk, this will continue to happen. Make sure to start actually listening to what the CEO wants instead of what random people who don't understand the platform tell you to do. New ways to earn is only just a new way to understand the power of Web Talk. So, this new way that is being introduced to many web talkers, because many of you have joined over the past 6, 7, 8, 9 months. It's all new to you, this new way. And I'm going to make it very clear that this system is the original blueprint. This was what made it just like all platforms. And we had an opportunity to invite people that would use the platform, and they would scroll down, sometimes clicking advertisements, just like every other, or the ad impressions and the ad impressions. So when you see it, a site or an app makes money. You just see it. How many times do I have to do Web Talk Lives to show this? Well, we're going to continue. I'm never going to stop. I'm permission-based. And that's why I'm here, because Teacher Andy shared in 2018. I'm not here because of me. So rip that out of your head. So Marcelo, great news. Some profiles have been getting completely out of hand. Glad you guys are cleaning house. See, there's Joanna. William, a much needed change. This is, now, I haven't met this teacher connected to Festoon, Teacher Arsh. So, individuals are passionate to earn quick, easy money. Therefore, they end up corrupting the codes and system. Any fraudulent activity must be warned, then termination, if this keeps going on. Thank you, Web Talk team, to keep the ads reward clean. And just read this on a Web Talk Live. Now, this individual, I believe, because they didn't have the correct Web Talk name, was in the waiting room in the beginning of this Web Talk Live, because I saw this OLIVIER name, and it was a different other part of a name. So I said, write comments on the Web Talk Live, and they didn't do it in the waiting room. WebTalk Verify. Yeah, WebTalk Verify is already here. It's called IEG Verify. So what about Pro members? So Pro members can still earn points for the ad revenue generated from the content you share and matching points from the referrals. If you turn ads back on as a Pro member, you will also earn from your page views and post views. Your platform. You see ads, ad impressions on your own page, boop, boop, turn on, you're gonna earn. So if there's Joanna. So if we leave the ads on, should we also remember to click on the ads daily? If so, how often? I click on a few. She saw my post. She said, thank you. Click on a few, but not daily. Thank you for helping. Okay, there's Antonina. There's Jackie talking. Wow, I guess it would be better to avoid fake likes. I like the changes. Most people who read and check the view ads on their posts will not like, comment, and share your post. This will also do away with fake engagement with a view to increasing your points. There's Kamel. We met this individual inside the IEG Secure Zoom. He writes, awesome. There's Brenda. Teacher Andy is guiding her and her team. We met her as well. Teacher Bree knows Brenda. We met him in WebTalk Lives. This should help improve the quality and value of the content shared on this platform. It will hopefully reduce the urge to share low value content. Shirley, IEG, Ireland, she's everywhere. True supporter. This will be very interesting. I'm excited to see how this will work. Thanks, people of WebTalk, for keeping it real and innovating. This is how WebTalk will stand out from the rest of social media. Going to talk about this on a WebTalk Live in about an hour with Teacher Andy. Oh, and great news. 2 hours ago. Thanks for working so hard. Keep WebTalk trustworthy. There it is, guys. It's beautiful.
Awesome content and more awesome engagement.
Yeah.
That's how it should be in all the other posts out there. But when the post is having or carrying a great content as such, that's when you'll find the engagement that is not no one out there wrote nice or just thank you and that's it. We'll appreciate that. We'll appreciate nice and thank you. But with what? With a question, with your real feedback, with with something that will create more engagement. When you'll find, for example, thank you, I would appreciate that if it was like if it will take place, for example, next month. I would appreciate it. And then you expect RJ to come and tell you, take it easy, man, we're working on it. Or maybe he would say, yes, expect that in the 1st of January. You see, and that's how you get, another piece of information with answering to your question, answering to your thank you. By the way, if we expect or we want to expect a different answer, we should think on a different question. If you remember, teacher Tim, I posted something this morning. I believe that you have responded to that, and it was something. Yeah, absolutely. Okay, let's read it, and then I'd say something related to that, and it's related to what we are talking about. If you want different results, do something different. So here, the shift. Okay, I'm gonna read this image. It said, you'd be surprised how much a simple shift from "Are there any questions?" to "Write down a question you still have" can lead to great student engagement. So what does that mean? What is the relation between this post and the engagement that we need in Web Talk? If you want something different in your comments by your followers and supporters, you need to change the way you're writing your posts. So if I'm writing something like, what do you think about this? And I've got no results, no engagement, no real engagement, I would change the question in order to get a different result. As simple as that. Next time, I wouldn't say the same question. I would take another step forward. More engaging content lead to more engagement. That's what I wanted to share about this.
Teacher Bree, and thank you. As we go, this is from 15 hours ago. We're going to go to the comments as well. And, I simply put in the dream feeler, the global dream feeler. And inside this are open-ended questions for your vision that you've shared. So true project-based understands this, that Teacher Bree is trying to get humanity to understand, what we do. Are there any questions? And to say, you know what, that's wonderful. We could also rephrase it in another way to get humanity to share a little bit more and to be ready. So I understood this reading it. I pop in the Global Dream Feeler. It's simple. I wrote it. I guide the rest of the world with it. Wonderful Web Talk support is here. And then you want to look at, this is the one comment that I know Teacher Bree smiles and loves. Teacher Arsh Festoon, giving the students the chance that there might be more questions, which they could have shown the enthusiasm of them to elaborate the questions in the mind. Eventually, this leads to a better quality engagement and productivity. And that's the true project-based teacher right there, Teacher Art. That is the type of response I know that Teacher Bree got a big smile from to read it.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. When someone reads what you wrote with an open mind, in which he responds with adding to the value of your content, that's where you feel like that even if there aren't many comments, some comments like this that makes you happy, that you think that this person is at that level of understanding, that he read everything and responded with something that add a plus to my content. This is something that this is when you feel proud of your content, and this what leads to more engaging and more, let's say, a level up in your content. Not everything that you share needs to get 1,000 likes and 500 comments. No, some content is out there for the few people that you want them to read it and to comment with with a great value and add to the value of your content. That's what makes you happy.
And Teacher Bree, you also know there's Super Dad Andy. You know he read your deal and simply writes, that is correct. That is right. And then who else do you have? The unstoppable, Coach Nalutza, who writes simply passion, 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 and create from your passion. And it will guide you. You'll be asking millions of questions. You won't even need a teacher to say, do you have any other? What's on your mind? What are you thinking? Whatever it might be. This is the beauty of Coach Nalutza. So, yeah, Teacher Bree, thank you for that. That post, and 1 week ago, you're giving updates about COVID, that you had, and you're recovering now through it. That's what Teacher Andy was posting, telling everybody one of us had it. So the great news, actually, with these kits.
Absolutely,
right?
absolutely great.
Oh,
Yeah,
good.
yeah. I actually, you know, I know about everything. I know about Monosant. I was following about Access Bio, about from the start. You know that I was there from the start, from day one, and uh, uh, like this is something relative, like not relatively well. It simply is great. It is every day, every time when I get an update, it's always good for the patients and for every people, every human being out there that is expecting that. When I went, it was yesterday, yes, yesterday or this morning, yeah, yesterday, I went to uh, uh, not the hospital. It's something similar to a hospital. It's like a clinic, but it's more of a hospital. I went there. I wanted to get another PCR test for my wife because I expected the same, like the same symptoms that I had. She has them, and like, and I wanted her to take it as well, but they told me that they don't have it, and they don't even have the um, not the just the PCR, but also the serology test, which is the antibody and antigen, and the rapid tests. They don't have any, and they told me that it is limited to like 3 or 4 places in the whole city, which is considered the second city in terms of value in Algeria, in the whole country. So uh, that's an irony, because I didn't know that when I went to, because when I had my test, my first time I had my test, my PCR test, I had it like I've been told to go to place X, and then I took it there, as simple as it was. Like after 15 minutes, I've taken it, and tomorrow I got my results, or maybe 2 days. I'm maybe 24 hours, I believe. I got my results. But for my wife, when I wanted her to take the same, uh, 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 the same way I had it, they told me that they do not have it. As simple as that. And I was thinking, well, how come that a city as big as ours, the second city in terms of uh, 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 popularity and population in the whole country of Algeria, has like 4 places which provides this test, plus the the rapid tests that are provided in laboratories, which is like in most cases it's you pay more than the value. And I'm really happy if I could help bring those tests that are available uh, overseas, like from the States to Algeria, and if I could, not just Algeria, but the whole continent that is struggling with testing, uh, uh, you know, the population.
Hey, Teacher Bree, with the PCR test that they didn't even have available for your wife, this company that Teacher Annie's with, and Michael Bowens, Teacher Chris, and myself, and you're a part of it. We work together. Do they have the PCR as well?
Yes, they have everything. They have the PCR, the antigen, and the antibodies.
Okay.
And the first file that uh, the first email I've got from Teacher Andy, he talked about it. He mentioned the three, and uh, the files that I have read, I've just found the two, the antibody and the antigen. The PCR was not there, but I believe it is, according to the first email of Teacher Andy that I've received. But I'm gonna focus on antigen and antibody for now, and then I would see if they're here, they're asking for the PCR. I would see if I'm gonna focus on the monoscent one, or uh, I would check with the Access Bio, because it is available for Access Bio.
Yeah, that's good because we can get to the distributor, the
Yeah,
one who's purchasing for that city, um, and kind of see, okay, where you at right now? What's with
yeah.
the
I am in
the
contact
supply?
with. I've got the
Oh,
contact. Yeah.
wonderful.
Tomorrow, yeah, tomorrow I have something. First, I have like two or three um, um, plans that I need to focus on first, and then when I think at midday I could just read again the information, and then I'm gonna call him and you know get an update. What do you need and what I have right now, and everything that he needs, and if it works, that would be great.
Yeah, very nice, man. Very good. Good to hear that. And it looks like Thailand also is having a situation my wife just shared, and I'm looking at different news articles. Myanmar is getting hit hard, also known as Burma, next to our neighbor, and they're trying to get out of Myanmar into Thailand to escape it.
Yeah,
So
yeah, yeah.
they're going through the forests and stuff like that. So there's situations in certain areas where Thailand is trying to stop that and test them because they're really good at the testing, you know. Um, and so we're hearing more and more now. So we're preparing the protocol to get ourselves ready for another shutdown if it happens in Thailand. See, so what are we going to do? Just like we did in March, we're going to purchase 3-4 months of food and supplies. And so that thank you for talking about that in Algeria, because this is what we're going to do as well. When Teacher Andy does have some time, we will go live in Web Talk, and we have Gennady. I'm not sure if you met Gennady yet from Ukraine. Mr. Web Talk brought him into Web Talk. He's more active now, joining some of the Web Talk lives with Teacher Chris and myself. And I'm not sure if he joined Coach Delutz's discussions yet. He wrote about Ukraine. They're shutting down. So I commented in Web Talk that we have real solutions. We'll get with you shortly. So he thanked me for that. So I sent a screenshot to teacher Andy, so that'll be another one because he's part of a big company, work in Gennady. He shared his introduction. And if Ukraine is being shut down, well, as you shared, they're going to need the PCR they know. So we should be trying to get the PCRs that we have from the company that we know now. Get the PCR. Because remember, we already know the facts. Not many people are comfortable with the antigen. They don't trust it yet. It needs to develop. It needs to be used and researched as well. And this is the whole fun part, if you want to say, about how we're learning.
Because first of all, the government trusts the PCR more. That's something known. That's for me as an example. I wanted to have like a serology test because it's give you more of a percentage, like how much do you get of the virus in your blood. That's number one, and it gives you somehow uh, like how many days have you got the have you got the virus. But PCR will give you just positive or negative, but it is more accurate because it takes more time uh, in the lab. And because of that, the government is trusting the PCR, and that's what I've told to have. Like, do you want to maybe the government will give you back your money that you spent on your health during these the when you stopped working due to COVID. You need to have a PCR, and you need to test positive for that. And as much as it is a problem, it it is what it is. We should follow the instructions provided by the government. And many people do not think about it first. They would just go and test for themselves. Just test. I want to get the results as fast as possible, and it doesn't like I don't need to break the bank to have a result, and that's why I need to get uh, like a fast test, a rapid test, which is uh, antigen or antibody.
Hey, as you're talking there, we have Kamel that we met here in Zoom quite a few months ago, and I want to share that he shared this post, this Web Talk Live. He said, "Great teacher tip." So now, as we go into the beauty of what real platforms are about and how they generate revenue, I'm right there. I'm going to respond now to his share. It truly is. It truly is what? Great teacher Tim. I go to my post and Kamel, who we met, commented. I can go to the notifications. He commented and he's talking about the
Teacher Tim,
rewards. Oh, yes.
yeah, I'm gonna please give me just 5 minutes. I'm gonna
Oh, sure.
close my mic and my video for just 5 minutes, and then I'm gonna come back.
All right. Thank you.
Yeah.
So to everyone listening here there's Kamel saying great rewards and rewards. Wow, I love it. And yes. So then he shared it. Now it's time to go over and respond, to what the title is on the share. We're getting back to the beauty of Web Talk and the growth of it by all of us. It is up to us. It is up to us to upgrade if we have the money to do it for the year or the month. It is up to us to invite new people to Web Talk with our invitations. And now it's up to us to look around Web Talk. Look at the content on your Magic News feed. Look at how beautiful it is. Antonina, very rare content. The beauty of life. This race called life. A video she shares. There's Terry, a funny one, funny post. You know, okay, who gets it? There's cows at a restaurant, no tips. Yeah, cow tipping. Okay, there's the doctor 1 hour ago, spotlight post. This is my Magic News feed. There's an IEG Vietnamese web talker, a parent whose child learns for free with Teacher Grant, sharing a post. There's Daniel about COVID and the vaccine. The third country is Canada now approving the vaccine. Okay, there's Terry copying and pasting the YouTube Live, making it her own, ad rewards and COVID-19 tests. Teacher Andy's YouTube channel. All web talkers should be going over to Web Talk to subscribe. Now, the only reason why you see subscribe here is because we're on the laptop. I'm subscribed. Okay, so every web talker should subscribe over there in YouTube. All of you should be. He should have thousands of subscribers, not 151. That's silly. Absolutely silly. Why that is, you're just unaware. There, Daniel, his mother tongue first, and he got to fix it. Here's the link. Okay. Tune in with Teacher Andy, giving a shout out to the one who created this Web Talk Live, Teacher Andy. And let's talk about the update of the ad rewards. How do you feel about the changes? We are also going to discuss a bit about how places are locking down again and the solution of COVID-19 tests. How did he get this title? Well, first of all, tune in with Teacher Andy, and then he copy and pasted. Let's talk about the updates. So if you go to Teacher Andy and his spotlight post, in his timeline, this is his profile, Fund Your Future. Timeline, 2 hours ago. Okay, let's talk about. So Daniel said a shout out to Teacher Andy, the original spotlight poster who created this content. And that's what Teacher Andy was talking about in this live broadcast about that's what should be done. And there it is. Zoom link, YouTube Live link, Web Talk Live. Just press the play button wherever you are. See? And you just press it. You'll be able to. I share the computer sound in Zoom, then you'll be able to hear it like broadcast. Now. Live. So a Christmas movie, Die Hard. Okay. So just wonderful to be a part of the way it should be of rewards and advertisements, content creation. Everyone has a team member that you invited that is creating wonderful content. You should be proud of them. You have Marlon, who invited Scott Gerard. Your team. Scott Gerard invited Atul. They're a team. They're creating incredible content. You have John Burbage, who's creating wonderful content connected to his idea of shuffle cards. You don't think I'm not aware of it? And then there's IEG. What content are we creating? Do you really want me to tell you? It's a marketplace of services. How are these services going to be paid for now? Web talkers from 70 plus countries, when that app comes, they're inside. They'll create content. They'll go to the web talkers that are creating the free services, scrolling down, revenue, ad impressions, They'll be clicking. We're going to educate how to click ads naturally a couple times a day. If you feel the need, you like one. So Teacher Bree, yeah, the reason why I asked about the PCR and this, because it's a new company, more, advanced and more detailed than the other one that had, and the learning of, the whole world learning about the antigen rapid, you know. Innova was the first to get it out and try, and they're doing great. They're trying to get, the military, England, and, they're doing it. And they're having issues. That's the beauty of the innovation here of these tests and the PCR, the world knows. So I'd actually like to, if you're available at some point in the next couple of days, Teacher Bree, to have a web talk live about the COVID test with Teacher Chris.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean,
Okay, good,
last
because he's
week,
part of a representative of MV Solutions, and he purchased, to be a part of it to help his world, get tests, and it would be nice to update him with your knowledge of what you know, and then I will listen as well, because like I said, I don't know too much. I'm just redirecting as many people as I can to Teacher Andy when they're asking about their tests. So, and I'm a representative right now. It doesn't matter. I want to get someone to Teacher Andy because you know the bigger picture.
I actually don't. I'm just as like you, I'm learning every day. I'm trying to learn everything that may help me, may help my family, may help my connections, my contacts on how to live better, uh, uh, even when you've got the when you got COVID. Like, many people I know got COVID. Many people have died of COVID. Uh, Many people have recovered, and that's why we're trying to learn on how to deal with it. It's just a health situation that we need to figure it out. And how to do that, first of all, we need to test whether the symptoms that I have are just a simple flu, and how does it differ of COVID, and the next step on uh, what to do after I tested positive. So before everything, I have the symptoms. What to do? I need to get a test. Is it COVID or not? And then we get to the next level, which is what to do now if I have tested positive. Um, I actually asked teacher Andy last week to get to you guys, like you, teacher Tim, teacher Chris, as well as Manny, and the group that we have started, like gathering information on the topic, and how to help. And he told me that before we do that, before we get to that level again, we need to get all the updates, because now is there's a shift to many companies that we are dealing with that provided us with the best quality tests that are provided all over the world, and we're trying to get it with you know we need it to be available for everybody. And how to do that, we need to get to the buyers that we should connect to, and like make the deal in order for the producers to sell those kits to the buyers all over the world with like the best quality tests available, and it should be available all over the world. That's what we're trying to do as the only positive thing that we could think of right now. Uh, and we need your help, guys. We need connection, every contact, uh, 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 all over the world, in every country that is listening right now, and we want it now. We want your help now. To In order to help you, you need to help us. That's uh, as simple as it is, as simple as it sounded. Um, it is difficult. It took us a whole year and more, and this is just the second wave in some countries, and in some countries it's just the first wave, and many people and many doctors are saying that this is not the end of it, but we need to uh, to make it easy for everybody to test, at least to think about to have an idea. What do I have? Is it a simple flu? Are the symptoms, because the symptoms are not that difficult to, I mean, that different, but a simple test could give you an idea about your health, in order not to affect your family members, your neighbors, your classmates, your workers, your co-workers, etc. We want you to understand your situation in order to stay at home. I am a living example of that. I had the symptoms. The first day I got the symptoms. The next day I didn't go to work. I stayed at home, and then I went to a doctor, and she told me that I may have, like, I have 80% of the symptoms, that I have COVID. And I didn't want to uh, to say anything, to tell anyone, until I be 100% sure. I tested. The first thing I did is I tested. When I tested positive, I stayed at home. I stayed away from my family members. I called I called work. I told them that I have COVID. It's 100%. I have the test that says so. And that's how I helped not taking COVID to my learners and to my colleagues at work. And by doing that, I did the second positive thing, which is staying at home and not being exposed to other people. This is number two. And the third thing I did is I have searched on the internet, and I have asked doctors, and I went to doctors regularly to get the best thing to do to get to recover as quick as possible. And I did. I ate like the best quality uh, uh, food that I could provide. I uh, I had medicines every time, that is, I mean, on time. And I went to different doctors to get the best, like, treatment possible. And I believe that I did a great job at that, because uh, after 1 week I have recovered, like I've got like 80% of the symptoms were off. After 10 days, I got back the senses of smelling and tasting. And after that, I went back to a doctor and I asked if I could go back to work, and when could I go back to work. And I mean, this is after 15 days. And I went yesterday to our doctor, and she told me that uh, um, I have to stay at home for 10 days more. I didn't expect that, but since she said it, I'm at home. I didn't go to work. Just follow your doctor.
Yeah.
I mean, this is for people that tested positive, and
Mm.
for people that didn't test positive, or that are healthy for now, just, you know, follow the doctors and the instructions that are there for you. Put on your mask, take the gel with you. Like, you need to follow these simple steps in order to cover yourself or maintain your health.
Hey, dude, can we we'll switch up a little bit here, because everyone as well too. Teacher Bree works at a school, so that's that advice from a white coat to say 10 more days. Let's protect the children as well. He's at a school, even though any workplace, any place that you might go, you want to respect others and you don't want to be giving it just as a security measure. 10 more days. He didn't expect it. Actually, though, listening to that white coat share that, I like that because it's children where he's going in to the environment. And we need to learn about COVID-19. And I want to switch up this talk because Mr. Web Talk's here. And I know he's got the questions about the advertising revenue. Because he's had these comments everywhere in Web Talk, the clicking the ads. And so whenever he's available to come back in, we'll have him ask the questions. We wanted to ask him, what's on his mind, and we can answer them for him. The bigger picture, though, Teacher Bree, as you said, you didn't know the bigger picture. The bigger picture is not really of the solutions of COVID that we are embarking on, because we really are. It's more of getting Teacher Andy and Michael Bowens and Teacher Chris, the people, the distributors, the correct people. Yeah. So, they can do their deal. And, as representatives of MV Solutions and MV Cares, and then what happens to Web Talk, that's the bigger picture. That's going to be exciting with this game plan that's been shared very simply. We know what we're doing. All right, Mr. Web Talk.
Hi. Hi, everybody.
All right, it's your turn, man. Teacher Bree, he's got all the answers, so he'll answer all the ad reward questions.
About
What do you
other
think,
question, I have a question. What do you think? How soon it will launch? It will be upgraded.
You mean the update that RJ shared?
Yes, yes. Other words.
Well, he said soon, but when he
what
says,
does it mean soon?
well, we've seen many soon updates from RJ, and generally when he says soon, it means they're working on it or they finished that. It means it is ready. And in order to launch something like that, he needs more posts, because with one post we will not understand everything. He needs
Yes,
more.
yes.
He shares like every 3-4 days, maybe 1 week, he shares something new. He puts an update out there, and like a sneak peek. And in order to get the full image, the full picture on what is going on and when will it be available, we need to hear more from RJ himself. He needs to give us more updates, more information about this, and then he would say, for example, expect it in 10 days or at the end of this month, as he always says. Like he always he gives like a time limit. He says, for example, at the first quarter of 2020 or 2021. Otherwise, he would say expect it soon at the end of this month or something like that. He didn't say anything, so I do not expect it to be that soon. I mean, uh, maybe at the beginning of 2021, but I'm not that optimistic about that. I think it will take time, because they're working on many projects right now. They're working on many things, and when they finish with that, then they could launch this, because this will this will make the system work harder, because the calculator, as you know, is not used to the views. It is used to likes, comments, etc.
Mhm.
It is not used to this. So in order to do that, they need to run some tests. And tests always takes time. But before they launch it, he will say, for example, next month we will launch this, or expect this to be at the end of that. So for now, I'm not that optimistic for it to be maybe in December or even in January.
Thank you. Thanks for the explanation. It's uh, always pleasure
Well,
to listen to you because you tell everything with calm, with step by step, and uh, how to say
try
it
to.
comes right easily, easily. Mhm.
No,
Thank you.
it comes easily because that's what I think. I mean, I'm not. This is not this is not science. You know, we I do not have like any um, connection, or I didn't call RJ and ask about it. So I am like blindfolded as you are, okay,
Mhm.
about this. So we had just one post about it, and we are trying to think about it logically, and that's just what I think about it.
Anyway, it's really useful to listen to others' opinions about different issues, about different subjects. And anyway, it's really interesting.
Is that all? I mean, I believe you have like 20 other questions uh, surrounding you right now. Maybe you have.
Yes, yes, a lot, a lot, a lot. For example, as you mentioned, what, uh, which calculator will, how it will work, and of course, I understand that right now it is much more important to interact, to refer to web talk mm, people who content creators, mhm, especially content creators. And
What do you mean? What about them? What about content creators?
content
What was
creators, it means bloggers who uh, writes a lot about different subjects, about different interests. For example, uh, who is care about health and maybe yoga, maybe mm, something.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
understand them, but what was your question about them?
Mm, no, how do you think? Um, what would be your advice? How to attract them? How to bring them to a talk?
Oh, okay. For me, I'd rather not answer this, because as you, I would say something about it. I would say something theoretical, but for a question like that, you need someone that brought some real content creators and entrepreneurs, or maybe many successful people into the platform and ask them that question. I don't consider myself to be one of them. I didn't bring like, I have many people that are like maybe uh, engaging. Okay, maybe they're active web talkers, but I don't consider myself or one of them to be like at that level of a content creating. So you think of 2 or 3 content creators and ask them, or ask the people that brought them to the platform, how did they do it? And they would answer you because they have practiced that. They would give you something that have been done. I don't consider myself uh, like suitable to answer that question because I didn't do it.
Thank you.
Maybe
Here's
you
here's
could.
something here. I'll to kind of add to Teacher Bree. Who have you brought into Web Talk that is creating content every day? Invited.
Repeat.
Who has who have you brought in, invited to Web Talk that's creating content pretty much daily, every day?
I would say not many people. I mean, I would say some teachers that I've brought, that they they are active. Sometimes they put a content, or like sometimes not every day, but they're working on something for a week, and then at the end of the week they put that on web talk and get some engagement. And some other people that are like maybe Miriam, that she's not like posting regularly on web talk, but she is active with web talkers on a level, on a private level, of giving them uh, like like having Zoom meetings and getting that real time interaction with them. There, well, she's not doing it 100% right, because she needs to share and engage with them on web talk, on the platform. But I consider it a success because she got some learners that are interested in her class, and they are interacting with her on Zoom on a on a regular basis. And maybe when I get to be like 100% on the platform myself, I would like rebuild what I have built in that small time when I was 100% in. You see, so I cannot be like, I cannot talk about people when I am not 100% in the platform every day. I get to the platform every day, but I do not see every notification, and I do not scroll down for 2 hours at least on the news feed as I was.
So just checking something, but uh Teacher Marie, who invited you to Web Talk?
I was invited by Yara, who was invited by Bestoon, who was invited by teacher Coach Nalutza, who was invited by you, and then to uh, teacher Andy.
And you know that that's the beauty, because the teacher Yara, as we all know, we met her a long time ago on Facebook, broadcast. You speak with that beautiful voice, and you wouldn't see her video, and it was okay with me, Facebook Live. And when you came into a Facebook Live, you came in to listen. I didn't know who you were, and everyone share your invitation, and you joined with her invitation. And you're absolutely correct. You're building your base your way. And wherever they are, if it's in Zoom, it might not be, like you had said, the way it needs to be in Web Talk, where people are scrolling down. It's just, you guys have no idea the true effort that you are putting in. It's generating for humanity not what you think. And I know Teacher Bree understands this. It's not about generating revenue. It's about relationships. It's generating real relationships. We know how to create them. We know how to expand them. That is my job as a true project-based teacher. And when you have real relationships, you begin to trust and support each other, which brings in revenue. From any way you look at it, if you're teaching students for free, that's revenue saved for the students because they're not having to work or parents having to work. We have a system that's unstoppable. Mr. Web Talk, you're one of the highest level content creators in Web Talk. That's just a fact. Your content is going to be viewed by thousands and thousands and thousands every single week. And all of those views are going to add up because people are scrolling down their news feed. They're seeing it. They observe it. We forget about the emojis and comments because emojis and comments are everywhere on all platforms. It's ad impressions for you. Or it's ad impressions for them. Because if they're on their news feed, their own magic news feed, if a user is on their own magic news feed, they scroll down, they're generating revenue for themselves. They see a sponsored post. Oh, another one for themselves. And who's getting matching? Whoever invited them. That is the original blueprint of Web Talk, and Web Talk is not taking that system out of thin air. How platforms generate. That's how they generate. It's just we have to educate humanity. You're one that we educated. And all those people, the Antoninas that create the unique content, she's in there every day. Well, I want her on my magic newsfeed. See? Now the magic newsfeed is going to be the content that you want. And not just, let me follow 1 million people so I can just see everybody's stupidity. This is the highest level content right here. Teacher Baree shared a fact that he doesn't create content, and little does he know, he's right in here in the highest level and can't express it because he's individually thinking about himself only. And that's not what Web Talk is. He came in as an individual to express himself in a truly democratic environment. And what happened along the way? We listen. We ask. We get to know him. Web talkers are going to get familiar with him as he learns how to copy and paste this Web Talk Live on his newsfeed. He doesn't want to do it for whatever reasons he gives. I don't really give an F. He wants to post something about questions and how to do questions. You think I care? when I'm at the highest level, showing the whole world how to evolve and ask questions, it's from the heart, not from a book that everybody thinks it's from. It's from your heart. And when we listen, that's how we're going to create content creators from today on in Web Talk. That's how, Mr. Web Talk. And let me tell you, I will continue to have the correct people on my magic newsfeed, and I will scroll down for hours. Because Teacher Andy, I support Teacher Andy. And whatever revenue I make from those ad impressions and those clicking 3 or 4 times a day, Teacher Andy is supported, and that's what matters. And none of you understand that. None of you understand that because you are not me. You are you. And I want you to be you. Who cares when the new algorithm starts? It started now as we educate. Already started, Mr. Web Talk. It doesn't matter about when it puts in place, like Teacher Bree says. Soon, what is soon? Who cares? Start it now. We had fun swimming with comments, emojis as the IEG currency. We showed the world. Now, are you ready to really make revenue in a platform correctly? Because you were showing with your real comments all day long in Russian, in English, all day long. I'm going to stand with you 1,000% until I'm dead, dude. I don't give an F about the rest of the world. You're going to be stood with for the 24 hours that I got. Because this is about solutions for you. This is about extra revenue for you and your family. So your wife can go on trips with you instead of shoveling the snow. And we have money that can be given in Web Talk to actually support someone who's going to shovel that snow. But nobody understands that. Oh, how could he take from emojis and comments, Mr. Web Talk? He's because they're narcissistic pigs. And we're curing it all.
Yes, it's actually, it makes sense, really, to be prepared for the future. We should to start do the same from now. I mean, not the same as we did before, the same what RJ told us. Actually true. And personally for me, this upgrade means that it makes me free from kind of obligation to go back to person who gave me like and gave me comment. And so from now, I will go to those pages who I like, without any beauties, without any thinking, just
Erdi, do you have any other questions?
not. No. Yes, I have, but maybe next time, because my wife woke up and we are going to cook something.
Very good.
Nice.
Mr. Web Talk, we're going to end this Web Talk Live with this. To answer your question about clicking the ad. Someone could just click ads all day long in Web Talk. Let me tell you that Alphabet, Google, they got that covered, okay? Don't count. They're not going to give money away that grows on Google's trees just for shits and giggles. Okay? They got that algorithm. Those are our ad rewards that we get right now. That's going to change. We're going to be saying goodbye really to Google and their little ad crap. We're going to create our own of advertising revenue in Web Talk. This is RJ sharing already. Okay? Not many
Yeah, I
people
got
understand.
it. I got it.
Yeah.
I got it. Thank you. That's much valuable. Yeah.
You just you work it one at a time, just inviting businesses, people that are innovative, open-minded, to promote their products in a platform, and we will, put everything in its place. Web Talk pages now, fan pages are another generational revenue stream, generating revenue, stream. So there's many ways. I know you fell in love with the comment and emoji system. And you saw a lot of money happening throughout the couple months. Your family upgraded, which is a lot of respect that I have for you. You actually invested in something. You believe in something. And that's exactly why we're not at $1 million in December 2020. Because nobody invested $200. 10,000 people? Really? That's how scared they are? That's just silly. Silly talk. How could you be that silly? I don't need to hear your excuses about your bank and your credit card and all that silly. I don't want to hear that crap. Not when you showed a retiree not only took care of your account, upgrading your wife and a couple other family members, because you understand that 5 levels, it's unstoppable. And I'm going to support it all. All the pro users. You think Vietnam? You think I'm going to stop because they're not posting in Web Talk right now? They all upgraded. I didn't get their 10% because it's so deep. Oh man, I need to get their 10%. I'm a narcissistic pig. Yeah, I get real money from companies, and I allocate it to Purchase Pro packages. The ecosystem that's created Mr. Web Talk. Get ready for RJ to pop in one of these very shortly. Okay? He'll be explaining his view. All you guys think you're assuming things. You're absolutely correct. You keep expressing what you think you know.
Okay.
And you let
Bye for now.
Create the bigger picture. Mr. Web Talk, Teacher Marie, thank you for joining. I'll challenge you all. You're permission-based. If you think you're not, you are incorrect. You shared your visions with the true project-based teacher. Now it's time for a human being outside of you to actually create it for you, even though you might not think, oh, nobody in the world's going to support me when I share a vision. Quack, quack, quack. Teacher Marie, nice to see you home again, man. No school. See you, dude.
You too.